Please welcome DeJuan Strickland, community leader and philanthropist, in conversation with Yasmin Tayag, staff writer at The Atlantic.
Hey, DJ.
Hello.
Thanks for being here today. We've got a lot to talk about.
Definitely. Great to be here.
So your initiative, Team Tech Boy Lunch Heroes, it's a fundraising effort to pay off negative lunch balances for school children. But it grew out of your work as a comic book artist. I want everyone to know, DJ is 16, he's a sophomore, and he's already done so much. Can you tell us about your work on the comic books and how it led to your focus on school lunch?
Absolutely. Well, just for starters, with my comic books, Tech Boy and Science Girl, I was inspired by Chadwick Boseman and his role in the Black Panther movie. And after seeing that movie, it made me realize that there was a lack of positive Black representation in movies, TV shows, and books. So in order to increase my representation, I decided to create my own comic books that would focus on STEM and have a African-American male and female protagonist. But, yeah. So then taking that and moving on to Team Tech Boy Lunch Heroes, I was inspired to create Team Tech Boy Lunch Heroes after an incident in the 4th grade where unfortunately my lunch balance went into negatives and I didn't have enough money to eat lunch that day. And so I had to sit at a table and watch other kids eat their food and I couldn't eat anything. And that moment just really stuck with me. And after I made my comic books, I had this platform, social media following. I wanted to do something to make sure that other kids don't have to experience that same unfortunate incident that I did. So that sparked my initiative, Team Tech Boy Lunch Heroes. And from there, I've been taking a portion of my comic books and putting it into my initiative to help fund it, and also through GoFundMe as well. And so far, we raised over $40,000 for that.
That's amazing. That's so many school lunches school lunch balances that you've paid off. I can imagine that not everybody here really knows how school lunch works anymore. Tell us what it means to have a negative lunch balance, and how does that affect kids?
Right, absolutely. So with a negative lunch balance, or lunch balances in general, a parent will go and put money on their kid's lunch account. And lunch balances are fully digital now, so they might have a lanyard or some sort of digital way to be able to pay for their lunch. So if their lunch balance goes into negatives, unfortunately they won't be able to eat at school. And even further than that, they won't be able to move on to the next grade until the lunch balance is paid off. Yeah, right. So it's definitely a prevalent issue that, really needs to be worked on and focused on.
Tell us what you have accomplished so far. You said you'd raised $40,000. How many kids did that help?
Yeah, with that, first I worked on raising money to pay off offset the negative lunch balances at my old school, which I was able to do. And with it, I was also able to create a pool of money so that anytime a kid has a negative lunch balance, the school can pull from that pool of money, and then that kid will be able to eat. And that has actually helped a lot of kids so far. And even the vice principal of the school went and told me that because of what I did, when a kid at school didn't have enough money to pay for their school lunch, they were able to pull from that pool of money, and they were able to eat pizza that day, and they even got an extra slice, which was great. Absolutely. And I was also able to raise enough money to eventually pay for the entire Hazelwood school districts and offset their negative lunch balance as well. So, yeah, even further.
DJ, you've already done so much amazing work, helping the kids in your school district. What are your goals for the future of school lunches beyond paying off negative lunch balances? What do you hope to see?
I definitely hope to see a free school lunch for students because it's just very important, absolutely. And I mean, I just believe that kids need to eat. Like, how would, like, just go into more detail about that. Like, kids are expected to perform well in school, get straight A's, like do great in their classes, learn a bunch of information, so that they can be successful later on in life with whatever they want to pursue. But how can they do that on an empty stomach? It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
You've mentioned to me that for some of these kids, school lunch is the only meal they get a day.
Absolutely.
And what do you think it'll take to achieve this goal?
Achieve this goal, I think it would take support from both the political parties just to come together on this issue, because this issue is not only just for like communities that have like less money. It's also for like more wealthy communities as well. Also have to deal with a negative lunch balance. So it's on both sides too. So I think that since both sides are affected, I think that that's an issue that both can come together on.
Sure, I think kids going hungry is something everyone can agree on. So
Right.
Probably we need to fix. Thank you, DJ, for being here.
No problem. Thank you.